you could face if you decide to not listen to what I'm gonna tell you today. And I'm gonna tell you some real spill. Let's go ahead and get this video cranked up, shall we?
Only thing I think about is cash and the money. Let the boys slap up at the party. I say I'm running up the stairs on you dummies. I'm running legs like Shikari.
My son, at like age 10, his job was to clean up the kitchen when he came home from school. So he comes home from school, he does his chores. Well, there was a napkin of some sort laying on the counter, and it had some drugs in it. So basically, my son swept it off the counter into the trash because he didn't know what it was. Well, stepdaddy comes home, ranting and raving around the house, where's my stuff at? My son is like, I don't know what you're talking about, I cleaned up the kitchen. So stepdaddy finds his stuff in the trash can. So, long story short, he put his hands on my son. He choked my son out, punched him in the face, you know what I'm saying? So.
All right, so apparently YNW Melly's stepdad put hands on him when he was 10 years old because YNW Melly's chores as a 10-year-old was to clean up the house like any 10-year-old is. Except the difference is YNW Melly had a f***ed up mom.
It ended up being a domestic case between my son and his stepfather. So basically, my son's stepfather was dead wrong because he never should have did that. Even in that situation, he never should have did that. Well, he chose to do that. So there was a domestic case. So the court said, well, look, they can't be in the house with each other. So one of y'all gotta go. So my son's mother, Jamie Demons, made the choice to
send him to his father's and for her to go move in with stepbro, and the dude that abused and beat her son to go move in with him and then drop her son off at the father who wouldn't let him be in YNW Melly's life prior to that situation. I'm assuming handsome men have a much higher level of this type of deal happening to them, especially in 2023. And any man out there is going to tell you that this is how it is. This is why you have the 80-20 rule. This is why you have the hypergamy things in the manosphere and the red pill teaching. Why you say they say AWOL, all women are like that. Why you say, oh, you got to be 6 foot, 6 inches, 6-figure salary, right? So they say all these different types of society, pretty much, even women accept that this is what it is. We go talk to people and see exactly what they're expecting from men, and you're gonna see the answer is pretty much synonymous, even if it's a joke or in a joking manner. Yeah, if you have certain tangible physical characteristics, again, I'm gonna tell you, if you're a handsome man already going into it without resources, you have a higher likeliness of getting a woman pregnant because that's just how biology works. You're gonna be sleeping with more women, you're gonna have a higher likeliness of getting one of them pregnant. This is just natural, right? The more likeliness of the safety measures falling through, more likeliness of maybe her or you lying, or you just both being humans and deciding that you don't even want to do it like that night, or you just gotten used to you betting so many different women and you not having children and reproducing with any of them that you're just not caring anymore. You're not on point like that anymore, right? Well, eventually the number is going to strike, and eventually the clock strikes midnight. Eventually that 5% chance of you doing the pull-out method or whatever it might be is probably going to hit, and it does make sense. And hey, some guys get extremely lucky and they never have to have it happen to them. Make sure if you think that you got a chick pregnant, you do a DNA test as well. But you got to think of it. Yeah, at some point or another, if you're out there like that on that level, unless you're 100% strict to a regimen, then you're going to have margins for error, right? Not to mention, once you start to get resources and actually start to have like tangible, real life, like attributes past the looks that can affect people's lives, like absolutely, you're going to be a winner. So you're a winner in the genetic department, you're a winner in the financial departments. Naturally, you're probably going to be a winner in the socio status level, on the social levels, right? You're going to have natural people that want to have an affinity around you because of the halo effect. You're already good looking, and then you have resources as well. What? You're going to be that person, and when you're that person, everybody wants to be with that person, but not everybody's qualified to be with that person. A handsome man needs to make sure that you're dating on and in your looks and mental status level. If you are a healthy person, date another healthy person, and this isn't just with handsome or good looking people, this is period. But if you know that you're a bit off, then you should definitely go with somebody that can understand you and that y'all can reflect and refract that oddities that y'all have with each other, right? But aside from that, you need to understand that if you do decide to play roulette of any other style but Russian, when the numbers do land finally, you might have the bets on there, you might not have the bets on there, but you gotta be willing to take that loss that you're at the table. What do I mean by it? So if you're gonna be dating and betting with a whole bunch of women, make sure that if everything goes absolutely worst at its worst level, or best depending on how you look at it with having a child, that she's somebody that you want to have in your life for the rest of your life. And whether that means that you don't even know the person, but they're attractive enough at that time that you're willing to make the decision and take that risk that, hey, you know what? I don't mind having this dime piece in my life for the rest of my life because she's bad. And some dudes do that. Some dudes get a dime piece pregnant because she's a dime. And because they can keep her in her life and they can keep her tied to her forever. Especially dudes that aren't as attractive, right? Because they know, like, dude, I'm never going to get a chick like this ever again. I'm about to knock her up, baby trap her. But guess what? Women do that to men too. And women do that to handsome men the most. So, again, make sure that you're watching out for the baby trappers because they happen both ways, and that you're picking based off of if the worst outcome does come to fruition, you can live with comfortably. You can, hey, it didn't work out, but hey, at least you know, fuck. You know, it is what it is. We're going to have a beautiful baby together. Now, aside from that, the mental aspect is just as crucial. If she's drop dead gorgeous, but she's crazy and her last name is Demons, then you probably want to stay away from her. If she actually talks about demons, or if she talks to demons, anything in relation to demons, stay away from for sure. You have your pick of the litter. There's no reason why you should be choosing runts. Don't close your eyes and be like, oh, they're all beautiful little puppies. I'm just going to go ahead and select. No. Open your eyes and watch the temperaments of the puppies. Because while they all might look similar, the temperaments of them over a 5 to 15 minute watching period will tell you a lot about those puppies. And then watch them for another 30 minutes. That'll tell you whether or not you want to have this puppy around either your little niece that's at your aunt's house, or you want to have that around your babies, or if you want to have that around you, or whatever it might be. Your energy at that time, your home at that time, you need to physically observe, even though they all look the same and they're all ready for your immediate purchase. You understand what I mean? Y'all hear what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all some serious game right now. Even though they're all ready for your immediate purchase, and you have everything, the lifestyle ready to bring them home into this and that, you need to watch how they are in their regular setting, in their comfortable setting, before you up and pluck them into a completely different environment, before you decide to invest in the heaviest, crucial, most part of your life, which is your genetic reproduction of your handsomeness, of your amazingness, right? They want that. They want you. The second they all see you, they're, you walk into a party, all the girls are like, damn. They're like, oh, you can see them out the corner of your eye looking at you. You can hear them talking about you. I know you know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about, right? So you want it, don't become infatuated with that, because that's the trap. That's the trap that'll get you loaded. That'll get you sprung, right? Not in the way that you want to be sprung. That'll get you in a spring trap for real. So you got to observe, watch, sit back, sit cool, talk, familiarize, interact, then begin to say no a little bit, take something away from that little puppy, test the puppies first. You have to see what the mentality is like. Put some good food in front of the puppy and then take it away from them really quickly. See what I'm not trying to tell you to teach women like puppies. I'm trying to tell you to teach women, to teach people in general, to test people, watch people, because when you're desirable, you have desirable things, it's harder for you to tell who somebody is, especially when it comes down to dating in 2023. And you don't want to make the mistake to where you have a woman with a child with a woman, Jesus Christ, that is a low quality, horrible person that has you and your genetic lineage. They're not going to care. They're not going to take care of you and take care of your genetics the way that you've been taking care of yourself. If you're a good looking, more likely person, a handsome man, you take care of yourself. Take the weekend and go swing by the parents' crib, make sure everything's cool with her, because again, if you're going to be messing with her like that and push comes to shove and she decides that she wants to keep it because you're a good looking dude and she wants to trap you, you best hope that she's mentally stable. If not, your life is getting ready to be a living fucking hell. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.